Good day, Saints. I'm Brandon Norm.
And I'm Carter Sterling.
And welcome to SaintsWeekly. What's your favorite musical, Carter?
I really like the musical Fiddler on the Roof.
With the new Performing Arts Center being made, we've had several complaints from teachers about noises.
Here's Caleb Anderson with the rest of the story.
Sound is a wonderful thing, but it can be bad. You hear that? That's distracting. Let's see how it's impacted OCS. The construction for the Performance Arts Center is taking place right by the admissions office. Suzanne Smith is unfortunately right by the action.
Overall it's not bad, but I do keep my little earplugs in here, and so like when you guys came in, I was listening and making my orders, but it's not terrible. It's for a good cause.
Construction has been taking place for weeks now, and it's beginning to take a toll on even the students. Carter Sterling, who's attended OCS all of his life, finds himself partly distressed.
Well, I feel like it's been really distracting with all the noise and all the banging on the walls. You can even feel the vibrations through the floorboards. It's kind of crazy, and it's been really distracting me, and I feel like everyone around me, and I'm just glad when it's over.
The majority of teachers and students are close to the action, but Miss Harrington, the sophomore Bible teacher, sits comfortably on the third floor.
Well, for the most part, I'm up on the third floor, and so I hear it, but it's probably not as loud as it is on the lower floors until everybody leaves. So after school, when everybody's gone and I have my door open and I'm just working late, the noise is pretty impressive. Like, I have had a couple of moments where I'm like, is everything okay down there? So I'm grateful for the fact that we're going to get the Performing Arts Center, but it's an adventure with the noise for sure.
Well, it seems like the sound is very distracting, but the outcome is going to be very worth it. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Caleb Anderson.
Thanks, Caleb.
You know, flying a drone seems like a pretty easy task, but for a guy like Luca Lombardo, easy things can be pretty hard sometimes.
Here's Claire Jeter with the story of the missing drone.
We're here at Oklahoma Christian School where there is an active drone on the loose. Do you think you can find it?
So I was flying the drone, and it was doing perfectly fine. And then all of a sudden it goes beep, beep, and then it goes whoosh, like 40 miles an hour the other direction. And so I had to go get it, but we couldn't find it. And the kids on the soccer field told us it flew into the woods. And so we searched the woods for probably like 30 minutes and just couldn't find it.
As of now, we do still have the controller and the box that it came in. Miss Emig was a teacher that was present during the loss of the drone.
Accidents happen. I get it. I'm okay with that. It's unfortunate that it's our only drone, but we know it's somewhere out there. We just can't find where it is. And until we find it, we just don't have a drone.
Well, it sounds like the drone is nowhere to be found. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Claire Jeter.
Thanks, Claire.
For all we know, that drone could be out there all winter.
We talked to Annie Warzel about dress code during the winter.
It's getting closer to Christmas and Thanksgiving, which means it's getting colder outside.
Students are struggling to stay warm while staying in dress code standards. Mrs. Stevenson has some strong opinions about this.
I would think that it has to be easier for students to follow dress code in the wintertime just because it's cold. You don't want your legs out, so things being too short should not be a problem.
Some students believe that following chapel dress code in the winter is easy.
Well, I definitely think for guys at least that it's pretty much the same as it always is. Usually you're already dressing up in pants and a long sleeve shirt probably, so the cold is really just, you solve that issue by putting a jacket on. I would think that for the girls it would be harder since you have to wear a dress this year.
Bella has some similar opinions as well.
I think it is harder because it's hard to find dresses for the winter.
Some people think it's easy to follow chapel dress code during winter, although others think it's difficult. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Annie Warzel.
Thanks, Annie.
Speaking of winter, cross country's in their off season right now.
Here's Kylie Major about how their off season's going.
OCS cross country just came off an amazing season. Boys placing third and girls placing fourth at state. Some rest, but the others never stop.
OCS cross country team is stacked, and Dylan Jones has been running since 7th grade and is now the boys cross country team captain as a junior.
My favorite thing about off season is that we don't have the coaches around, so we can do whatever we want to.
Dylan Jones hasn't taken a break since state and is training hard for the future. Neither has girls cross country captain Elizabeth Brooks.
I train during off season for the sole purpose of doing good at nationals. My favorite thing about off season is that it's really cold and I get to wear sweatshirts.
The cooler weather is a nice change for the cross-country runners as they head into their recovery season. Brent Stovall has been the assistant coach for 3 years now and is passionate about keeping the runners on their feet.
So for high school runners, the off-season consists of the time period between the cross-country season and track season. It's time for kids to take a break where they don't have to be running every day. Some kids don't take any breaks. To them, off-season is just going out and running whenever they feel like it. No pressure to have written workouts and have specific things they have to do during the day. But off-season is just a time where they can, do what they please. Go out for an easy run, go run with people they're not used to running with, slow their pace down some, and just kind of take a lighthearted approach towards it, kind of reset the brain, reset the focus, reflect on the season before and what they would do different. It's a time for the kids to stay healthy, stay in shape, but more or less reset the brain and get focused for the next track season.
Cross country never stops, but it is a restful time as they prepare for their track season. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Kylie Major.
Thanks, Kylie.
Cross country might have just ended, but basketball is just preparing.
Henry Creed, the star basketball player, interviews some students about how basketball preseason is going.
It is November and basketball season is right around the corner. We are going to talk to some important pieces of the basketball team to find out what they've been doing to get prepared. What are your thoughts on basketball preseason and how the season will go?
I think it's good that we're doing so many scrimmages and practicing a lot, and I think it will help out with the team chemistry before the season.
I think basketball preseason is going to be pretty good. I think we're going to make it all the way to state. The season's it's looking strong. I'm excited for the basketball team, especially because I'm not on the team anymore.
Well, I know that Luke Melton has been modeling his game after LeBron James. He always quotes the tweet where LeBron said basketball. So I think that he'll be really prepared and ready to lead us.
I love helping out the team, and I think that we're going to do great this season.
Look at me, look at me.
Honestly, I've been looking forward to basketball season since I started high school. I've been looking forward to this season. We're really going to pop off this year. We're going to go crazy. If we don't win state, I will have a mental breakdown.
I'm actually very excited for this upcoming basketball season. I'm ready for Luke Gray to do the comeback tour.
Basketball is ready for a big season. Ready for SaintsWeekly. I'm Henry Green.
Thanks, Henry.
Man, that basketball gym has had a lot of activity lately. The Veterans Day Assembly was held there just last week.
Braden Grande tells us how that went.
Many people have been celebrating Veterans Day since its creation way back in 1954, but we here at OCS do things a little differently. Many kids are ecstatic for the event, while others are willing to greet you with open arms into our OCS facilities. OCS has many traditions, including the playing of taps and the marching of the color guard. But one of the most important traditions that almost all students know of was missing this year. Carter Sterling is a longtime enjoyer of the Veterans Day event, but was torn up inside when he was told that Mr. Eccles wouldn't be at the event.
Tore me up inside. The table, set for one, is my favorite part of Veterans Day, and he's the only one that can do it. It just wouldn't be the same, and it just wasn't the same without him.
Even though Mr. Eccles was gone, many still enjoyed the assembly. Mrs. Kress is a longtime planner of the assembly who also loves veterans.
The planning piece is extremely important because we want it to be honoring to God, but also celebrating the veterans because they fought for America. They fought because we are able to go to a Christian school and just be able to see them and tell them that they are appreciated and that they are loved.
Many students are proud to tell the stories of their veterans and what they did in their sacrifice.
He served in the Air Force, and I know he served in World War II.
Kendall Breeden is a young student at OCS who showed her support by writing letters to the veterans.
Yes, we wrote notes to veterans. They're actually right there. We wrote notes, and I can't wait.
It appears that Veterans Day was a smash hit this year. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Braden Grande.
Thank you, Braden, and also thank you to all those brave veterans.
You have to be pretty brave to get up and perform in front of your entire high school.
Here's Lexi Scott with the rest of the story about the development of the musical.
The Saints Drama Department is preparing for the musical Anastasia, which will be making its debut in February.
We're going behind the scenes to take a look at all what goes into this year's musical production of Anastasia.
I am very excited about this year's musical. It's a little bit of a darker show. It's more serious than like The Little Mermaid that we did last year and Freaky Friday the year before.
The cast has begun to rehearse their roles in preparation for Anastasia.
I'm really excited for the musical this year. I think it's going to be super fun, and I hope everyone likes it because we're putting in a lot of work for it.
Past musicals have been held in the outdated auditorium. Future productions will be held in the new Performing Arts building. Having a new Performing Arts Center might attract new students to join.
Just meeting a lot of new people that are coming in to join the musical, and I'm excited for the production and all the memories that it makes. And I'm playing the lead role, Dimitri.
Lots of hard work is going into this year's musical. Make sure to mark your calendars for sometime in February to come and support your fellow musical Saints. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Lexi Scott.
Thanks, Lexi.
Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Carter Sterling.
And I'm Brendan Norb. Tune in next time for some more Saints action.